Hey guys, I'm back for another video. We're going to talk about 11 funny keto comments, starting with number 1. I can't do keto because I have type 2 diabetes. That's exactly why you need to do keto. Even the American Diabetes Association is validating and acknowledging that a low-carb diet is actually beneficial for diabetes. Okay, so that's all I'm going to say about that. Number 2. All that bacon fat is going to clog my arteries. Well, first of all, when you're frying bacon, you're frying off the majority of the fat. I don't know anyone who's going to consume all that grease that you fry off in the bacon pan, okay? So you're going to be ending up with this piece of protein with a little bit of crispy fat. And if you're not adding carbohydrates to that, it's not going to clog your arteries. It's not as high in fat as you may think. Number 3, keto is recycled Atkins. No, it's not. Atkins is higher protein. Atkins does not recommend large quantities of vegetables. Okay, so that's the difference. Because it's similar doesn't make it identical. Number 4, keto causes ketoacidosis. Anyone who tells you that just does not understand what ketosis is. Ketoacidosis only occurs if you're a type 1 diabetic and you fail to take insulin and your blood sugars get out of control. If you don't have type 1 diabetes, you're not going to get this, okay? And even if you are a type 1 diabetic and you control your insulin, you're not going to get this. Because they both have the same word in them doesn't make them the same. Okay, number 5, high-fat diets will kill you. Well, it is true that there are some studies out there in rats that will state high-fat diets will kill you, but if you actually read the study and observe what the mice consumed, it wasn't just a high-fat diet, it was a high-fat, high-carbohydrate diet. So you have to read the studies. And that probably will kill you because you're gonna, when you're combining fat with glucose or sugar, it's gonna exaggerate insulin. Number 6, our brains run on carbs. That's true, but it's also true that our brain prefers ketones over carbs, okay? So if the brain has a choice and there's ketones in your blood, and there's also glucose, it's going to go after the ketones first. Why? Because your brain loves ketones. And ketones can help fuel a brain that is damaged from high levels of glucose. 7, keto will cause your muscles to shrink. Absolutely not true. When you're doing keto, you're improving insulin resistance and you're increasing the absorption of amino acids. Personally, I've gained 9 pounds of muscle on keto. So this is totally false. Number 8, keto is not good for your thyroid. Completely false. It is good for the thyroid. A high-carb diet is bad for the thyroid. It makes the thyroid work harder. When you go low-carb, the thyroid can be more efficient and the thyroid does work better. The key is consuming a diet that has all the nutrients. All right, number 9, there is no long-term studies that prove that keto is good long-term. Yes, it's good for short-term, but not long-term. But we do know this. We do know the long-term effects of a high-carbohydrate diet, okay? And if you look around, the effects are diabetes, heart disease, cancer, a fatty liver. So I'm going to go with the keto right now, and we'll just tell this person to stick with those high-carbohydrate diets and let us know how that works for them in another 30 years. Okay, number 10, keto gives you bad breath. Honestly, I don't know of a lot of people who have bad breath from keto, unless they're doing dirty keto. But if you're doing the healthy version of keto, I really don't think you're going to have bad breath because you're getting your nutrients, you're getting in full ketosis, your body's using all those ketones as fuel, and you've adapted enough where you're not breathing out the ketones because you're metabolizing and you're using those for energy. And number 11, keto is not sustainable. Actually, it is very sustainable because you get rid of your hunger and you get rid of your cravings. The high-carb diet is definitely not sustainable because you're hungry all the time. So that's completely and utterly false. If you have a funny keto comment, go ahead and put that in the description below. I want to check it out. So if you're enjoying this content, go ahead and share it with someone that could really benefit from it.